Hey everybody, Pastor Josh hanging out with you from the set of Vacation Bible School. We just wrapped up Christmas in July. In this midweek episode, I want to tackle another one of your questions that you're asking this summer. And this one comes on the heels of the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And your question is simply this: where in the Bible does it talk about life beginning at conception? And there's a lot of different places where I could go in answering that question. I could take us to Psalm 139, verses 13 through 16, which talks about how we were knit together in our mother's womb and how God saw our unformed body when we were just a blob, a mass of cells that looked nothing like we do now. God was there knitting us together, forming us, giving us our heartbeat and our fingerprints. And I could go that direction. But the direction that I want to take us today is to the manger. It's to baby Jesus. Because I want to ask you, when did Jesus take on flesh? When did God become human? Was it at his birth? I would argue it began long before that. See, in the Creed, we confess that Jesus was conceived by the Holy Spirit and then born of the Virgin Mary. And the Holy Spirit is the Lord and giver of life. And so Jesus took on flesh. God, the eternal God, limited himself to a human embryo, to a little mass of cells that was growing in the womb of his mother. And if that's when life began for Jesus, if we can all agree on that, and I would like to think that we can, then it's no different for any other human being. Our life begins at the moment of conception. And Jesus did that. Jesus took on flesh and blood for us so that you and I might have life. Whether it's a life that is wanted or not, whether you've had an abortion or not, whether you're on one side of the aisle with the debate of Roe v. Wade or the other, Jesus came so that you might have life. Here's what I know. The thief, our enemy, Satan, has come to steal, kill, and destroy. And look around. He's been pretty effective at that. The statistics are staggering on the number of unborn children who have been aborted in the last 50 years. And then look around in social media in the last month as we are tearing each other apart. This is the enemy at work. The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and yet I am convinced of this as well. Jesus has come that we might have life and have it to the full. And so we take our life and the lives that have been entrusted to us, the lives that are growing in wombs, and we place them in the hands of God, not in the hands of an abortion doctor. We place them in the hands of God. And when we do, we see those little hands that reach out and hold on to the fingers of his mother Mary. And we see those hands that are spread wide on the cross. Because Jesus has come. Jesus has chosen to suffer and die and give up his life so that we might have life. So that you might have life. So that every child growing in the womb from the moment of conception might have the opportunity to have life. That's what I'm utterly convinced of. Where in the Bible do we see that life begins at conception? We look to Jesus. So thanks for joining me today. Keep looking to Jesus. And we'll see you again next week.